Caroline, gotta give it up. CBP Structured Interview pass. Nice job. Jacob, I see you, man. Border Patrol, I know you passed. Good job on that, too. Mike W. Mike passed both. He's my 15th dually this year. What's a dually, Coach Mitch? A dually is someone who passed CBP and BP, who I taught them both how to do it, all right? Nice job. Amy, last one, CBP, you passed also. Yes, nice job. Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Mitch here. First question, why do you want to be a CBP? What is it about us that you want to join and why? Good answer, right? They're not even going to ask you that. That's the first error you're making already. You're thinking they're going to ask you that question and they're not. This is why coach is important for you. It's what I teach. They don't care about that. They don't care about your degree. They don't care about where you're going to be in 5 years. They don't care about what school you went to. They do not care about any of that. You have to understand that very quickly. This is a very irritable team up there who are going to talk to you. They have no time for nonsense, and they will show you that very fast. Everybody who I talk to, who goes through my coaching program, who takes on the extra interview says, Coach Mitch, you're right. They are not playing, and they are not playing. You have to be ready for what's going to come your way because they're only going to ask a few questions, and then you're done. But Coach Mitch says an hour. No, it's an hour for them to get ready for you. For you, it's about 15 minutes, and that's all there is to it. First mistake you're going to make in this interview here, you are going to think that it's about your personality, how nice you are and how you smile, whatever. They don't care if you smile. They don't smile for anybody. They're not there for personality. They're there for judgment. They're going to judge you on their responses. So what are they listening for? Well, what's the job, right? CBP. So decision making, common sense. How do you prioritize things, right? Accountability, sound judgment under pressure. Nice people will get removed even if you think you are going to pass because you're nice. You will still get removed. They're not looking for nice. They're looking for logic. You guys, I'm telling you this right now because my returns had come to me. A return is somebody who did an interview on their own, didn't pass. They come to me for help, which is fine. I love that for sure, right? But I feel bad because they're walking into these interviews with that civilian mindset and they're getting knocked out every time because they had no need or room for another civilian trying to interview them in a very civilian way. It's a federal level law enforcement interview. No time for that, right? Number two, I hear this all the time in my coaching session, so I know it's going to happen in the real thing, is that rambling is going to cost you points. You cannot ramble, right? Ramble shows to me and to them unclear thinking. You're in the fog. You're trying to figure out how to answer this question, and I'm gonna talk for a while, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work. Rambling shows nervousness, right? You can be nervous, but you don't show it. We teach that out in my coaching program. We go over and over and over again until it's out of your system because what takes its place in my program is going to be confidence, of course, right? We replace being nervous with being confident, of course, right? Number three, of course, is rambling shows weak communication. Huge no-no in law enforcement. You cannot show weak communication in law enforcement. No room for that, okay? Rambling shows too, no control under pressure. That's a huge one, and it's obvious. They want clear, direct answers like I do in the coaching program, and I show you how to do that. You have to have these clear answers, right? That's what it's all about. Number three is always too, people try not to take on ownership of errors. You're going to have errors, of course, in any job. So what they're looking for is if you own the issues, right? If you take responsibility, if you jump in there and help out to show how you correct it. What they don't want to hear you say is blaming coworkers, making excuses, saying, you know what, oh geez, I'm not sure. Don't want to hear stuff like that. Don't even bring it to the table, of course, right? I want to tell you this too, guys. When I hear your answers, sometimes you're taking a long time to answer, right? Now, there's a thing I call the AT, the analytical thinker. That person pauses maybe 5 or 10 seconds and they answer the question. People taking 20 or 30 seconds to answer a question, you're not ready and they won't take it seriously, you will not pass. That's too long. That shows you're not ready for the interview. They're probably wondering, what are you doing there, right? Don't bring that to the table. Keep that at home. Keep it somewhere else. Next one's this. I guess all the time. Coach Mitch, I didn't pass, but I practiced a lot. Well, usually I say to people, what do you mean you practice a lot? With who? Oh, with my husband or my wife, whatever. Well, how do they know you're getting it right? Oh, you're right. How do they know? How are they really going to critique you honestly? Probably not, guys. People you love are most likely not going to give you an honest critique. Number one, because they don't know what the heck to critique you on anyway, because they're not law enforcement, right? And they're not CBP especially. So how are they going to critique you? Number two, even if they knew, would they be as heavy-handed as a coach is supposed to be to make sure you succeed? Yeah, I'm rough on my people sometimes, right? I make them repeat things over and over and over again, right? But in the end, they pass the interview. And that's what counts. That's what counts to me. So you're doing all this practice and stuff, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's like sending firemen to respond to a domestic violence. What do you know as a fireman to respond to a DV? Doesn't make any sense, right? Same thing here, having your loved one grade you on a test in which they had no idea what the questions and answers should really be in the first place. They're just reading a sheet. I get that all the time, you guys. Last thing I want to tell you guys is this. I say this all the time. This is not a patient bunch. Get your answers together, get it down so it's finite, boom, 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 and be done with it, because they are going to be done with you as fast as they can. They will not waste time. I hear this every day. Coach Mitch, you're right. They had no time for me, and they don't want to have time for you. That's how they work. That's it.